So what's going on, everybody? It's JM Speakboxing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel before you click onto any of my videos. Also comment below in the comment section if you have any opinions on what I'm saying in my videos. So Tony Bellew says if he does decide to continue his boxing career that he only has 3 fights left. To quote Tony Bellew here, he says, "Listen, I might never fight again. That's the absolute fact of the matter. I'm going to go away for a little break with my family, and when I get back I'll have news. I'm going to take a little bit of time to reflect on everything that has happened. I'm going to go on holiday and we're going to see how it goes. When I get back I'll know exactly what path I'm going to go down and what I'm going to do." When he was asked how many fights he has left in him, he then replied 3, because I win the heavyweight championship and I would need 2 fights to unify the cruiserweight championship, so that's why. So Tony Bellew is confident if he does come back he'll be able to have them 3 fights, because he'll be confident that he'll win the heavyweight title and confident that he'll be able to unify at cruiserweight, and can't blame him for being confident. He's on a bit of a high right now after defeating David Haye, when a lot of people wrote him off. Like, basically nearly every person watching the fight, including myself, thought Tony Bellew would get beat by David Haye. Like I said before the fight, that I think if Tony Bellew takes him into the later rounds, that gives Tony Bellew an advantage, and it did, because David Haye ended up getting injured in the 6th round, and that was a fucking massive advantage for Tony Bellew in that fight. But a lot of people wrote him off and expected him to get blasted out in a couple of rounds, but he defied the odds, and now he's just sitting back with his family. He's just had surgery on his hand, so we don't know how that's going to fall into his plans, how long it's going to take for his hand to be fully fit to go again for a training camp to get ready for a fight. Like, I don't think Tony Bellew is going to retire, and this is why I think Tony Bellew is not going to retire. I think if Tony Bellew retires, then he's leaving too much money on the table. Tony Bellew now, say what you want about how he defeated David Haye and how the fight happened. At the end of the day, when it says Tony Bellew versus David Haye, Tony Bellew is going to have the W next to his name, and with that, it's set him in a really good place now when it comes to money in fights. Like, Tony Bellew is seen as a bit of a draw now, and if he fights for the heavyweight title, then he's going to make a lot of money doing that. If he fights WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, or if he fights Joseph Parker, win, lose or draw, he's going to make a lot of money in them fights, and I don't see him leaving that kind of money on the table. And I think if he fights for the world heavyweight title and he loses in his bid to become world champion, then I might see him retire then. I think that might happen if he loses, especially if he gets knocked out by somebody like Deontay Wilder or Joseph Parker. I might see him retire then, because he has his health to think about. But if he manages to somehow win them fights, like, then the world's his oyster, then he can go back down to cruiserweight and see what his options are. But this is all up to Tony Bellew. Like I said, he's going to make a decision and come back in a couple of weeks. He might retire, I might be completely wrong. He might think he's got enough money to sit back for the rest of his life and his family's sorted out and his family's comfortable. But I think if you don't fight for the heavyweight title, then he's leaving a lot of money on the table, a lot of money that will 100% ensure that his family's comfortable for the rest of their life. Like, yeah, this is just my opinion on this. Comment below your opinion. JM